Hi, welcome to our Spartacus Express workout. This is going to be a short Spartacus class. If you've ever taken a full 1-hour Spartacus class, there are 10 exercises that you will perform 1 minute on with 10 seconds rest 3 times through. Since this is an abbreviated version of that class, we'll do 5 exercises today, 1 minute work, 10-second rest, 3 times all the way through. Before we get into the workout, we'll start with the warm-up. So go ahead, find a nice shoulder width stance here, and we'll just start nice and easy with 10 squats. And on our squats, we want to make sure that our hips are sitting back and down. The core is engaged, pulled in towards the spine. And as we stand, we are squeezing our glutes. All right, one more here. Bring that stance a little more narrow. Place your hands on your thighs. We're just gonna hinge the hips, letting the hands drag down the legs, coming up, squeezing the glutes. We are preparing here for our deadlifts. So different from our squat, we're not bending our knees as much. You can have a slight bend in your knees here, but we're not gonna bend them as much as a squat. Our main action here is our hips pressing back. All right, give me 2 more here. All right, step 1 foot back for me. We're just gonna start here. 5 lunges, each leg. And switch. We're just doing a few rehearsal movements that we will amp up through this workout. All right, so our 5 movements. Our first one, we're gonna do what I call around the world squats and lunges. You'll start here, squat center, turn to the side, lunge, turn to the center, squat, turn to the other side, lunge. These can be done body weight or with any weight that you have at home. If you don't have dumbbells, you can always use cans, milk jugs, whatever. And then second exercise, sinking down into that squat, exploding up into the air for jump squats. If jumping feels uncomfortable, hurts your knees or ankles, you can always squat up to a calf raise. That way you're taking that squat up a little bit, but not too crazy. Third exercise, we're gonna do a deadlift to a row. So if you have weights, I encourage you to use them here. Just like our warm-up, we're gonna hinge those hips back. Our belly button is pulled into our spine. We're gonna stand up, squeeze the glutes, come up to an upright row, and all the way back down. Fourth exercise, with or without your dumbbells again, we're gonna lunge and overhead press. We'll stay on one leg, and then we'll switch. Final exercise, if you have taken my bar class before, either virtually or in person, sometimes we do bar burpees. We'll start out in a plank, and we'll start left foot, right foot, low squat, clap those hands overhead, squat down, plant the hands, left foot, right foot. And we'll switch those legs about halfway through so your other leg is leading. All right, like I said, 1 minute of work, 10 seconds of rest. You'll have a little longer rest at the end of each round. So if you're using your dumbbells, go ahead and grab them, and we'll get started with our around the worlds. Remember, squat, turning to our great lunge form, keeping both knees 90 degrees there. And we're going for 1 whole minute. If you want to make it more fun, you can actually turn around so you're facing each wall of whatever room you're in, just to switch it up a little bit. Don't forget to breathe. And you can have your weights wherever's most comfortable for you. I tend to like having them at my chest or at my shoulders. And 1 minute feels like a long time, even just on our first exercise. So take this at whatever pace you need to. All right, place those dumbbells down. Going into our jump squats or jump to calf raise. Catch your breath. Here we go. All the way down, up to the toes. Or launching off the floor. As you jump and land, I want you to absorb with your legs. Careful not to stop really hard. You want to soften and lower. And if you need to switch it up, go back and forth, go for it. Couple calf raises, couple jump squats. And again, you want to make it a little fun today, a little spicy. Go to each wall. Again, this is a long minute for jump squats, but this workout is short. It's the perfect one for a lunch break, or if you've been sitting for a long time and you just need to get moving. All right, 10-second rest. Grabbing those dumbbells if you can for our deadlift to upright row. So roll those shoulders back, pull the belly into the spine, hinge at the hips. Your weights can come right about shin length, shin height, and then pull up, squeeze the glutes, and lift upright for a row. High elbows, low shoulders. You may need to do these slow to get used to them at first, which we welcome after our jump squats. Remember pressing those hips back, squeezing the glutes, lifting up, and as you lift up for that upright row, I want you to think about keeping that belly button pulled towards your spine. So it's pulled in here as you deadlift, and then still continues to stay pulled in as you lift upright for a row. All right, rest. If you want to use those weights, go for it for our lunges. We're going to start with one foot back, bringing those arms up to field goal. Lunge, press up overhead. You can always alternate one arm at a time, and when we switch our legs, you can switch your arm as well. Or both. Same thing here, we want that core tight. Belly button stays close to the spine. And if you need to break it up, lunge, find your footing, arms up, overhead press. You can break it up like that. It's whatever you need today. Remember that one arm option. And for this first round, we're not switching our legs. All right, getting ready for those bar burpees. Take it down to the ground for me. Find that plank, shoulders are pressing out of the ground. Up onto the toes, left foot, right foot, squat, clap. These are so much fun when you do them to the music. Switch that, right foot, left foot. So if you have some good tunes right now, I encourage you to find the tempo of the song and do it to the music. All right, if you want to amp it up a little bit, you can step, step, jump, and then step back down. If you need a break at any time, feel free to hold that plank either on your toes or down on your knees. If you need a complete rest, you can come back into child's pose. But if you can keep moving, even if it's slow, I want you to keep moving. Again, like I said, slow and steady, keeping our great form. All right, you have a little bit longer rest here. Catch your breath, get some water. One round done. You got two more. This one's a little bit more intense because it's shorter. I have a habit of making shorter classes. But you guys can do it. So whenever you're ready, go ahead, grab your dumbbells. Around the world, second time. Squat, turn, lunge. Remember that option to take it to each wall if you need to switch it up. And I want you guys to really think about your form. You already had one to practice, so this is your second round to perfect. I want those hips back and down on that squat. Belly stays into the spine. We're not hinged over, glutes are down. Squeezing the glutes as we stand to really engage those muscles. On our lunges, coming down to 90 degrees. We want to be careful not to have that leg popped up if possible. Careful not to have your knee way above your toe. 90 degrees, stand, and then turn. And remember, with or without weight here. Finishing out this minute. Perfect. Going into jump squats or jump to calf raises. 2 of 3. Here we go. I'm a little tired today, so I'll probably be doing the squat to calf raise. But that's where it's important. Listen to your body. And when you can, give a little more. Give a little more. But don't be afraid to take it down. We don't want any pain here. No pain in the knees, no pain in the hips. So if you need to not even go down to full range, you can go down halfway, squeeze those glutes, lift onto the calves. If it's more comfortable to come out to a wider stance, you can do that as well. Keep breathing. I feel like the second round is the hardest. Go ahead and rest because you already know what to expect and you don't have the energy of that third round where you know you're almost done. Grabbing those dumbbells, my favorite. Deadlift, up and squeeze to an upright row. Maybe now that you've gotten comfortable with these, you can speed them up just a little. We don't want to speed them up too much because we don't want to lose our form and muscle engagement here. Don't forget about that belly, pulling it in towards the spine. Once you feel that engagement, you'll know what I'm talking about. I used to love doing core exercises. And then I had a baby, and it became very hard. So anytime that I tell you belly to the spine, it's so that we can turn every move into a core exercise so that we don't have to do extra core exercises. All right, lunge to overhead press. We're gonna switch that foot this time. And if you did one arm, switch that arm as well. Take it down, overhead press. Just like we did earlier, I want those knees 90 degrees, sinking down, lifting up. And as you lift is when we lift our arms. So down and lift, squeezing the shoulder blades up and together, pulling them back down away from your ears. Choosing your level. Sticking to it, staying consistent. Remembering you can alternate your arms. For our third round of this, we will switch halfway through. Keep pushing through. Pressing our weight into our front heel. You got it. All right, weights down. Bar burpees, ending this second round. Let's do it awesome and strong. Plank here. And let's go. Left, right, down, up. Oh, we're getting a little quicker here. You can alternate each time, or you can stick with me here Doing 5 with the left leg lead, and then 5 with the right. Here we go, right leg, right, left, down, up. The purpose of these is to get our heart rate up. So if you can, add a little speed here. Maybe add a little hop. All right, switching back to that left. Switching back to the right. 2 each. All right, finish it out. Take your rest. 1 final round. Whew. I know after those, feel a little winded. Catch your breath. Let the energy of this last round drive you, knowing you're almost done. So if you want to do no weight, both weights, or 1 weight, you choose. And here we go, last round. And just for fun, we'll do all 4 walls this time. Don't forget to switch those legs. If you're feeling crazy, add an overhead press here. And if you're feeling crazy, add a bicep curl here. Oh, I know. I'm getting carried away. Breathe through, keeping that core engaged. Remembering our little ab cheat there. You guys are crushing it. All right, jump squats. Last time, what can you give me? Maybe starting out 1 rep higher. Maybe doing 1 jump squat and going back to squat, to calf raise. Just to tell yourself that you can do it. And maybe this feels a little too easy still. Give me a couple. You can go back to that squat, to calf raise, anytime you need to catch your breath. But if you have that little voice in you that says, I can do a little bit more, then give me that jump. Let's finish this round our strongest yet. Remembering, breathing anytime you need. Keep that belly in. This is where we have to talk to ourselves. Positive self-talk. Telling ourselves we can. And not only that, but we will. Committing to finishing. All right. Y'all know my favorite. Deadlift to upright row. Hinging at those hips. Even as we're tired, keeping perfect form. Hips back, belly in. Squeeze the glutes, lift up high. And I want you to be careful here not to round out your shoulders. Pull them back like you're trying to set them in your back pockets. Keep crushing it. I know you got this. We got 2 more after this. And then we get to cool it down. I hope y'all like quick workouts, because I do. All right, keep those weights in your hand if you can. Lunges, this time switching halfway through. Start with that first leg back. Lunging down, lifting up overhead, however works for you. 30 seconds. That should feel like a breeze after our full minutes here. Keeping that core in. If you really actively engage your core here, I hope it's a little sore tomorrow. And you can be like, ooh, surprise. All right, switch those legs. If your shoulders are getting a little tired, you can take it to a lunge, to a bicep curl. You're not getting in that same press, but that's okay. You're still moving. You're still making this into a compound movement. And you're still fighting for it. So whatever you need, you choose. All right, take it down. Bar burpees for the last time. Find your plank. Left, right, down. Can you jump? Switching each time this time. Glutes are low, right here. Both times. Woo, that jump is getting to me. Remember, calf raise, always in place of that jump. Or none. You guys got this. That clap at the top makes it a little more fun. If you think clapping's cheesy, that's okay. I made my cycling class the other day clap to a choreographed song, so it's fun. It distracts you. You can think I'm cheesy all you want. As long as you're still moving, as long as you're still giving your effort. Breathe, all right. Go ahead and step side for me. Continue to get your breathing back to normal. Bring one arm across the body. Stretching out those arms. And something I used to neglect in my own workouts was taking the time at the end to stretch. It seems a little tedious, but it is so important, not only for your muscles, but when you take the time after a workout to cool down, that's where you can really gain all of the psychological benefits. It's where your body can cool off and remind itself, hey, that was a good thing. Some of y'all might be disagreeing with me right now. Just give your body a second. All right, switch those arms. And I love ending my classes with mindfulness. So you guys can do this on your own, or with me. We're gonna hinge our hips back, reach it forward, stretching out the back of the legs. But just take a few minutes and think about what you accomplished. Think about how many times it was challenging and you used your brain to overpower the fatigue in your legs. Mind over matter, mental toughness, whatever you want to call it. You pressed into what was uncomfortable, and that's what we need to focus on today. Take your elbows onto your knees, round out your back. Try to avoid any negative thoughts, because most of us can always find ways that we could have done better. But focus on how well you actually did. All right, bring it up for me. Roll out those shoulders, and you are good to go. Thanks so much for working out with me.